YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet of Madden 18 Dallas Cowboys franchise, and this is the Cowboys Insider here today as we are in episode 24 and getting ready to talk about this week's first week of the new season as we start season number 2 of the Dallas Cowboys franchise here today. As you take a look there, 44-13 your final score, as the Cowboys put on a great show there at home on the home debut of their new season here after winning the Super Bowl just a year ago, winning the ball game by 31. Prescott, as you see there, 3 touchdowns in the ball game, 291 yards, and completed 70% of his passes there. As for Kirk Cousins, 17-25, 235 yards, 68% passes were completed, 1 touchdown and 3 INTs there in that one. A tough game there for him. As for Zeke Elliott, had an awesome game, 22 yards, 22 carries for 107 yards, 1 touchdown, 16 carries, 104 yards there for Robert Kelly. So a good matchup there, as both teams there couldn't really stop the premier halfbacks for their teams. 66 yards for 6 carries there for Prescott in the day that he had there in that one. McFadden, 6 carries, 20 yards, and a broken tackle there for him. Had a little bit of a slow start there in that game, and we'll see what he can do here as we go along here throughout the season. Receiving wise, we had a great day. Cole Beasley, 4 receptions, 66 yards. Jason Witten, 4 receptions, 42 yards, and a touchdown. And Dez Bryant, 3 receptions for 33 yards and also a touchdown. Also 2 in this one. We also got Terrence Williams involved in the game. He had a great day there. He had 2 receptions, 47 yards. And James Hanna, a reception, his first reception of the season, went 63 yards and had himself a touchdown there. Nice job there from the big tight end there, helping us out there on a big play there. I believe it was sometime in the second half there. So, but yeah, just a great day. And then defensively, Jalen Smith had a great day. 10 tackles, 5 tackles for loss. Or I should say 10 tackles, 5 tackles for loss. Lee also has 7 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a fumble. And then an INT from Jacobo has 6 tackles, interception there for him. Anthony Brown, 6 tackles, and a interception for him. Also Jordan Lewis, 4 tackles, an interception, and also a touchdown. He took one back for a pick 6. And DeMarcus Lawrence there, 2 tackles, a tackle for loss there for him in that game. So defensively, just a great all around there. Nice job for those guys here who really did a great job stepping up, especially only allowing 13 points in that ball game against a very tough team. If you look at them statistically and some of the moves they made during the offseason, Redskins looked like they were in it to win it, and unfortunately today came up short there. They had no injuries at all in their ball club over the course of preseason and such. As you take a look here at the standings right now. But yeah, just, a tough go there. And we'll see how that'll fare next time around when we play against them here. It'll be a while before we have to play against them. But we'll see if it'll be different when we go to Washington, D.C. To face the Redskins there. So, some pretty good games there for week 1. Jaguars had a big victory there against the Texans, which we'll get into that here in just a bit. There you see Jaguars got their first win. Titans got their first win. And then Texans and Colts both had their first losses of the year, which is kind of unusual for them. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at some other standings here as we go along. But going back to the Cowboys game against the Redskins there, overall, I think it was a great game. One of the things we've been talking about, I think in previous episodes here, as we talk about Dak and his performance, looking down the field, making sure he finds the right target at the right time, and making a good judgment call. And so far in this first game, he was very impressive. He did that, threw no INTs, had 3 touchdowns there. He is also named, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think we'll hear pretty soon here, we'll see him being named NFC Offensive Player of the Week. So he had a great game there for himself, and we're just hoping that that will continue on through the course of the season. Now, of course, he's going to have a game or two that he might have a rough time in. But, you know, we talking to Dak and, of course, the coaching staff there, Jason, Garrett, and company. You know, there was a thing that they said that, you know, Dak was only going to be, you know, they're going to keep him under 10 interceptions for the season. If he has more than 10, then, you know, he agreed that he would sit out for a game or two to kind of refocus and reevaluate what he's doing on the field to make better decisions. And it's not saying that he's going to get his job taken away from Kaepernick, but that's one of the reasons why Kaepernick is there this season, because Kaepernick, you know, he had his troubles there in San Francisco a couple years ago with interceptions and stuff like that. And, you know, his rookie year, you know, he helped bring the 49ers to a big Super Bowl. Unfortunately, lost that to the Ravens, but you know, had a good year there, and so he knows how it is, how tough it could be, and challenging it could be a quarterback here in the league. And so that was kind of one of the reasons why we brought Kaepernick, and Dax is fine with that. He understands that. He knows what his role is, and he knows what Kaepernick's role is, and you know, the two have been working with together quite often. I've seen him in practice working with his technique, working with footwork, and just making sure that he's making good calls, making good judgments there. And so far in this I know it's only the first game, but so far in this first game, he looked very, very good out there. And we'll just see if that will continue on as we go and snowball ourselves into another game here in week 2, going against the Texans there. So we'll see how that all fares coming up here as we go along there. You see the 49ers just got their first win there, along with the Cardinals and Seahawks. Rams, only team out there in the NFC West to get a loss. So, but there you see the top players of the week, and Prescott, of course, being one of them, as he had a great performance there against the Redskins, getting a victory. McPhee there for the Bears, little right outside linebacker for the defensive side of the ball for the NFC. AFC, you got Tom Brady, of course, there, top player there for week 1, and then, of course, Perryman of the Chargers there in week number 1 there for the defensive side of the AFC. So, nice job there. Congratulations to those guys there, and we'll see who's going to have win week 2. And we'll take a look here in week 2. We're taking on those Texans there. Now, week 1, the Texans lost there at home in a home opener, 38-22, a tough game there. And we'll see the numbers here in just a bit, I believe. But Jaguars, so far, looked very impressive in this game. They scored, you know, several times in the second half and really in the third quarter there. And unfortunately, Houston Texans came up short there in the, was shut out there in the third quarter, but came back in the fourth quarter, but only with a touchdown, and then of course a 2-point conversion to help them out, but still short. As Blake Bortles there, you see 309 yards. He threw 50 under, just near under 60% there. Not a great game there for him, but Deshaun Watson, there you see he got sacked 3 times in that game. 342 yards, 1 touchdown there for him. Just take a look at their Yellard. There you see had a tough day there, under 40 yards there in that game. So if we can keep him like that, neutralized like that in the game this week coming up, I think we have a good shot here, put up a victory for ourselves. But the guys I'm worried about is Hopkins there, over 100 yards there. No touchdowns there. Of course, their tight end is a great tight end there. Kind of a poor man's version of Jason Witten there, and he will definitely be a guy that we'll have to definitely watch out for in that game there. But just take a look at some of the stats here from that game against the Jaguars there. just a tough game there at home, losing like that. And I'm sure they would like to get back to 500 here and try to even it out with a win this week against us. Now, for us, we got a game plan for ourselves, and we'll show that here in just a bit of what we need to do here coming up in this week 2 game. As you take a look at the injury report, Jeff Allen, their right guard, is the guy that's out right now. He's out for 2 weeks with a shoulder tear, and so he'll miss out on this game here. So no key players there for them in this week 2 matchup there. So pretty much everyone is healthy. J.J. Watt, of course, Watson, and Hopkins. Now, as for our game plan, well, cover 6 isn't very common defense, so we need to be ready and practice for it. So that means we can't really throw too many deep passes because they are going to be ball hawks and they're going to be going after those. So our game plan on offense for us is to say short passes. I think we're going to try to utilize the screen pass a little bit more, get Zeke involved a lot more in this game here this week. Not to mention, too, I think we're going to move around. If I'm not mistaken, I think we move. I think we're going to move Bryant into more of the slot position this week, so we can get to him a lot more. And then a lot of just short passes underneath, and with the Texans defense there to Jason Witten. Defensively, we're going to just make sure that they're going to try to do the same thing to us as we're trying to do to them. So, the switch, the concept of that, we're going to try to make sure that we can stay up front, play a lot of coverage or zone coverages there, and just try to stop the underneath stuff on us. But don't think that Deshaun Watson can't throw deep. The former Clemson quarterback there, at times he has a good arm and he will throw deep on us if need be. But J.J. Watt, of course, the left end there, he is going to be a guy that, of course, we would like to avoid at all possible. So there you see his numbers there, his stats. There you see Hopkins there, a great defender on the outside there. Going to try to keep our best corner there against him and make sure we can shut him down, because if we can shut him down, then he's going to have to go to his tight end and, of course, his halfback and such there in that game. So Hopkins is definitely going to be a key for us. Fifth-year man from Clemson also there. If we can get a hold of him, shut him down. And then also your linebackers there, Clowney there, 4-year guy from South Carolina, 270 pounds there, just a beast there on the secondary there. And trying to get away from him, well, I mean, it's not going to be a very good day there. I know Zeke is going to have a tough time trying to figure out how to get around this defender here, as he can just hunt down a halfback just by a scent. So we'll see if we can get around him. Miller, the halfback there for them, great halfback, explosive runner there. Going to try to see if we can cap him. Make sure our goal is really try to not have another 100-yard guy run on us like last week, like Kelly did for the Redskins there. So Miller's going to be a very important. Mark Whitley, Morales there, you see his numbers there. Another outside linebacker there. So they got 2 outside linebackers that are just punishing. So running-wise, I think we may end up, if we do run, we may have to run the ball a lot more up the middle. And then passing-wise there, like I said, just short passes. And just try to get them out of play. Try to get them out of reach of any of our receivers there. I think Jason Witten may have another day of getting the ball passed to him quite a bit there. So, but again, too, that might be the thing they may be game planning for. So, we may have to use Bryant and such. A lot more here coming up in that game. But there you see, take a look at Watson there, his numbers there. And again, just a great, not to mention, not just a great arm or halfway decent arm, but a great runner. He can take that ball and go down the field in a blink of an eye if he does not see something he likes. So that is going to be key for us next week, and we'll see what we can do against them here in week 2. So stay tuned for more Dallas Cowboys franchise here as we get ready for week 2 against the Texans, or the Houston Texans there in Houston at NRG Stadium coming up in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Dallas Cowboys franchise here on ESGNet. You guys can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. Check out the links down below for us and see how well, what's going on here with the latest news and events here on the channel. So thank you guys again so much. Again, hit that like button, hit that bell of notification. I know a lot of you guys have been saying that you guys have been missing out on certain series, not just this one, but other series here on the channel. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified when the videos are coming up here on the channel, and check us out on other great series. So thank you guys so much for watching, and again, stay tuned for episode 31 as we take on the Houston Texans coming up in the Dallas Cowboys franchise. As always, you guys, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.